Hello, Jared here, and I'm back. I'm sorry that it's been around, I don't know, 5 months since the last video. I said it's not going to be another 6 months, and here I am. Technically, no, it isn't another 6 months, but it's been a while, and I apologize once again. Life happens, things happen. Still working on the comic, but that's why I'm making this video because a lot has happened. Good news, not bad news this time. So this is a more happy video, not a somber one. Big news, I passed the 100-page mark. I have 103 pages finished, which is a huge deal. And it's taken me, I don't know, around 2 years to hit that mark. So yeah, really good thing, really big deal. I'm in the back third, probably going into the back fourth of volume one. So I'm hoping that I will be done with volume one by about this time next year. As long as everything runs smoothly, that's the milestone. That's what I'm trying to hit. Because I'm guessing that it will be it's going to be around the 140 page mark, give or take. I'm not quite sure, but I mean, the script's written. I'm still refining it, and I still have rewrites to go back and do, but there's only like 5 or 6 scenes left that I have to draw, and that will wrap it up. So I'm looking forward to it, but still going to be a heck of a lot of work. So I just wanted to bring you up for the update on that. For the speed paint that you see in front of you right now is a scene from the comic. And if you notice, you might be able to tell that it's Jules and Angus from much earlier. I had just finished, I believe, the base color on the sets of pages that I was working on, because that's how I work on the comic. I choose scenes, I have sets of pages. They generally run between 5 to 7 pages, although I've had some long ones that were like 11 to 13 pages, which are kind of brutal because I don't stop working on them and take a break until I'm done, and those can take me like 3 months. But in this case, this one's a shorter one. And this is one of the first scenes I started working on in shading. And I found it interesting because it's a night scene. And I love working with dark values because when you work with really low light scenes or whatever the heck I'm working on, light can be more dramatic. And I have more fun working with that. So I got to experiment a little bit. Every time I get a scene like this, it's just, okay, let's see what I can do different than last time. Can I do this better? What can I improve? Let's do the sky differently. Let's make sure that the perspective and the scale is proper. And it's just lots of trial and error, and it's just part of the learning process. And I hope to do what I'm doing here much better 3 months from now, 5 months from now. I mean, that's the whole point of art evolution. Looking from the beginning of the comic and looking at what I'm doing now is quite interesting. And in fact, I didn't even plan on showing it, but I thought I would just because it's interesting to me, because like to see how far you've come, it helps kind of motivate even myself, because sometimes the pace is happening, you are improving, but sometimes it goes so slow you're unaware that you have improved. So I had to hit the brakes. I looked back like 60, 70 pages and went, oh, wow, that's definitely different. So I have a picture here that shows just 60 pages apart of Arlo and Enzo. And the difference, at least from my eye, is quite stark. And not just in their design, but in the coloring and the shading and the lighting and the production. Everything has bumped up in just 60 pages. I'm not trying to brag or gloat, or if that's not the point here. It's just that I see improvement, at least for myself, and it's a good thing. And I hope other people have experienced that as well, because that really can be a huge motivator. Considering artists themselves are usually their most outspoken critics. Like, I will destroy myself all the time. Like, I'm usually never happy with what I worked on last week. I'll do something, I'll feel good about it. I'll turn off the computer, I'll go to bed, I'll wake up, I look at it again and going, oh my God, what the hell was I thinking? And might have described every artist ever with that little story. But I just wanted to bring that up because it kind of, I don't know, it kind of makes me feel good knowing that I am moving forward, and that's evidence for it. So, as always, I'm going to throw some pages up that I had been working on. I do these in all the videos, obviously with text removed. But as you can see, definitely some new locations, pivotal shifts in the story. There's some big things happening. And the next scene that I will be working on is one of the biggest points of the book. And I'm looking forward to it, but I really don't want to mess it up. Like I already have to do script rewrites. I've talked to my editor. He's given me some ideas, the way that I can tell the story, do the scenes. I've actually had to juggle some scenes. There was one I was going to do that I'm now making happen after the scene I'm working on now, if that makes sense. But I'm juggling. And I just want it to be the best storytelling experience possible, and that's why I'm doing this. But the next scene is a big one, and I'm hoping that when people get that reveal, it will, move somebody or push some buttons, or I don't know. I want it to be a big moment. That's part of the reading experience. And then after that, the main plot really just plows hard into the end of the book, and it's supposed to be pretty intense. And there's a huge, I don't want to say payoff at the end, but there's definitely some huge moments that are going to happen in this book, and I hope to have that all drawn and done a year from now. And this book will be ready for one day, I guess, print, because I do plan on doing a print version. I don't know how I'm going to go about that yet. That's for another discussion, another video, another time. But that's where I'm at right now. So this video is probably a bit shorter than past ones. I hope I didn't ramble too much. But just wanted to do an update. It's a milestone. And I try to get to these videos sooner than later. Because every time I work on a section, it's going to take me at least a month and a half to 2 months, even if it's a smaller section. And when I'm doing that, I'm not thinking about making videos. So in this case, I thought it's a good breaking point. With the holidays coming up and everything else, I don't know when my next video is going to be. I know I mentioned about that Goldilocks and the Three Bears story, and I still want to do that. I'm just trying to find the right time to, and I don't know how I want to present that in the video either. I don't know if I want to scan the pages, or I have no idea how I'm going to do it, which is kind of why I've put it off. But I do want to do it, and I mean, the book's right behind me over on my other desk, so I really want to do it. But I digress. One extra little tidbit, not that it really matters to too many people, but for me, it's a kind of a game changer in my art, is I did finally get a Cintiq. I did get the Cintiq Pro 24-inch pen and touch, so I have a big screen to draw on now. I can draw like normal. And I've already tested it out. It's so nice, and it makes drawing like even more fun, and I feel like I'm able to draw better. But I'm still waiting on the mount and VESA mount and arm, because they just came out from Wacom and they're still shipping. But I have that now as a major tool in my tool chest for working on the comics. So I'm really hoping that gives me a level up for the pages coming forward. So pretty excited about that. Don't forget, I do have a Patreon. I don't really talk about it that much, but I'm trying to do the Patreon rewards fairly. And I want people, to get something they think that is of value. And I'm always interested to hear what people have to say about, like, what is worth something to you? Like, or how much would you be willing to pay for X or Y? And I've already done one adjustment. I'm willing to do another. I'm not trying to be greedy here or anything. It's just, if people want to support me, that's super awesome. So I do, if you want to support me, thank you. I love all of you. That's awesome. Thank you. But it is in the video. That's actually from the stream. I have that on my streams when I'm streaming. So that is there if you want to support me. And let me know what you think. If there's any ideas that you want to toss to me, I'm willing to read and listen. I always, I'll read all the comments in the videos and anything you send. So not a big deal. But other than that, I guess I'm going to wrap the video up, and don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, Patreon, whatever. And other than that, that's it. I'll see you next time.